Hey everyone, and welcome to the Ionic Realtime course with Socket.io. So this course is for everyone who wants to build an own backend with Socket.io implementation and Ionic. So inside this course, we will take a look at what Socket.io is and how we can use it to build a simple Node.js server. And in the second part, we will then continue with the front end, so the Ionic implementation for our app. But first of all, let's take a look what Socket.io is. So basically, it's a JavaScript framework, and the marketing says it works on every platform, and that's true. Also, what defines Socket.io best, I think, is this sentence. So it enables us to use real-time bi-directional event-based communication. Okay, so there are a lot of words in this sentence. So first of all, bi-directional, between two or more parties. We can have a real-time communication, and this is event-based. So our app and the backend will send out events, and both sides are listening to those events and know how to handle them. Examples for this implementation, of course, a chat is what we will build in this course. But all kind of data streaming, you can stream all types, just a blob of information. You could collaborate on files and share this information. So if you're using Firebase, I guess that feels more or less the same like when you implement Socket.io, so you automatically get updates on changes on the database. That's it. And the good thing is it's actually really simple to use on the backend side. So as you can see in the code below, we are listening on events with Socket. And in this case, if somebody broadcasts this join room event with a chat ID, we simply let this user join a group, and then he will get updates whenever we broadcast something in this specific group or room or chat or whatever. So it's really easy to implement, and you will see this once we build the server. If you have never built a Node server, we will build a simple Node.js server, nothing fancy, and we will use a MongoDB as our backend database. We don't want to just have the messages available like in an array, which could be a very basic example, but we want to persist the history of a chat. So we will store the messages inside a MongoDB, and you will see that it's actually really easy and funny to do. So perhaps this Node.js introduction gives you a little motivation or ideas for your next own project. Then we will build a REST API, so just 2 or 3 routes to get the historic messages once a user goes into a chat. And also we will create some dummy chat groups through the API. But again, this is super simple, and hopefully you will learn even more than Socket.io in this course. Finally, we add the Socket.io implementation so users can connect to our backend and receive the updates. And from the code side, we're not completely in Ionic and we're not in Angular, but I hope as this is a more advanced course, you will get around this. We will use a database mapper called Mongoose. We use the Express framework, which is very famous with Node. So many basic things that you can use later on again for your own server. Finally, the Socket app with Ionic, super straightforward. I skipped the user authentication for this example because this blows up the code and all the lessons, and we don't really need this here. We join the chats with a nickname. We don't have special security that a nickname is already taken or something like this, but I think it's enough to see how it works with this dummy implementation. how users can interact with each other, and how it could work. We will be able to receive live messages inside chat groups. So in the final video, we will have two users chatting with each other or in two browser windows next to each other, and they will instantly receive all their messages. And from the code side, there's a package we can use with Angular called, I think, ng-socket.io. And this package, it looks almost the same like on the backend side. We're again listening to events from Socket once we're connected, and then it's up to the app to handle these events. So I hope you enjoy this course. If you have any questions, like always, let us know inside the forum and show your results if you build your own chat application with Ionic and Socket.io.